Hey, what's up, guys? More hit and run, a new Morgue. uh, Andrea's columns lately are not very controversial. She's probably leaving that for inside, so maybe she was getting a lot of heat. But whatever, I'm sure you say whatever you want. You know me. Uh, and there was really nothing in the letters. Everything's pretty short. Tchotchkes. I still don't know what that means, but I grew up saying it. This is like video games. I mean, there's so many of these. There's independent games. There's things you can make your own games now with these graphics. I'm assuming these are like PlayStation graphics. A lot of stuff on mortuaries. So, Arkham Report is probably more familiar with a lot of this stuff, but this thing here, Mortician's Tale. We got a little thing here. Yeah. One storyline involves a conflict where the family of the deceased have differing preferences about how the body should be handled than what the departed had wished. People will misgender their loved ones after death. Well, yeah. Listen. Yeah, once you're dead, isn't that the whole thing? Once you're dead, you don't have any control over everything because you're dead. They'll put their dead names on the graves. Now, I actually think you should do that. You should do what the person requested. Obviously, no one ever thought of any of this stuff coming to this level, but it is interesting. I actually would like to change my name, my real name, for very different reasons, but what's the point, right? Now, of course, beyond just the wishes of an individual, you see how this stuff destroys the family, right? And some families should be destroyed. Okay? That actually has something to do with what I was mentioning with my name. Leave it at that. But they have to always put that in there. So, and by the way, they mentioned here, what is this? Revolves around money. I really don't like the funeral industry myself. Okay, Western, or Eastern. It really is a racket. It really is. I really don't like how they do it anywhere in the world. But I understand the reason it's done is for some kind of symbolic closure. But funeral home people are creeps, man. So, anyway. Just going through stuff. Not familiar with. Oh, wait. Yo. That was one of the best horror movies in the last decades or so, man. Silent Hill is a good movie, dude. Who agrees with me? Yeah. Over here. I thought this was interesting. Another film, right? Brooklyn as a troubled Brooklynite. I guess that's him. Yeah. What does that mean? I mean, a Brooklynite, I guess, is anyone that lives in Brooklyn now. So I guess I don't. That wouldn't be me anymore. It was just interesting to see this. I just like to see who this guy is, what neighborhood he's from. Oh wait, he's probably not. He's probably from Ohio. Whatever. That means nothing to you. Most of the stuff here is just the new stuff. Wow. Yeah, man, shark's always scary, bro. Yeah. And most of these films seem to be queer. And so I guess that's how they got it in. And speaking of films, look at this. I gotta get a movie on here someday. Let's check these out. I gotta get a movie on here and have them put it up without knowing that I kind of halfway make fun of the magazine. I think I'm being fair. Love that movie. So, hey, look. Yeah, I was telling you, this is interesting. They're now on Blu-ray. How many formats are we gonna have? A lot of the DIY, the stuff from back in the day, Super 8 and VHS films. I always wanted to see the Necrophiles. I never actually got to see it. So it's interesting. Never saw it. And Bloody Muscle Bodybuilder from Hell, a Japanese film. I never saw that either, but I never heard of it. But the Necrophiles, always wanted to see that. So really good. I'm glad that these old movies are getting life, right? Like this. DIY filmmakers comfort, they lean to the cheapness of their films, right? Back then you had to work hard to make your indie play more like a big movie shot on film, right? Today it's the opposite. If you say you're shooting something on film, everyone looks at you like you're insane. Unless you're Robert Eggers, yeah. Yeah, this is cool. So I guess I'm liking Rue more, right? This movie, I always see this in the video store. I heard this movie was crazy. It influenced Darkness a lot. The director had said, but apparently the guy was there's a way to get social justice in this. So whatever. I still would like to see that at some point, but here's the fun. Right, here we go. Right. Probably all know someone who underwent a similar mental makeover in recent years. Right? Talking about the brain from Iris. I remember that film. The brain's crazy, man. This giant brain floating around, like attacking people like a big balloon. But seemingly rational acquaintances who spiraled into a dark digital world of contrarianism. The hell, you guys all? I thought you guys were the contrary. I thought contrarianism was what this was all about. You're supposed to be a rebel. Come on, right? Cynicism and flat-out conspiracy. Their minds hijacked by hardline reactionary opinions. Online information is partly to blame their smug, angry behavior. Damn. Yeah, I know. The projection is like a mirror, right? It's hilarious. So it's just you you could say, well, it's just the side you're on. There's no principle. But if you're saying that these are bad things, and I thought you guys are supposed to be all about that. But anyway, we know what this is about. It's hilarious. Comics, horror comics are bad. We got a queer horror comic here, and oh boy, yeah, it's funny that what would an act that is considered horrific, okay, it doesn't become so horrific when the gender changes. But we don't even know what gender is, right? There is no gender. So anyway, that looks cool. Brian Stableford, he does a lot of with Snuggly Books, does a lot of the decadent stuff, occult fiction done by real occultists, like Peladon. That's that dude with the crazy haircut. I always wanted to read something from this. Is great. So I have enough books to read though. So, and I saw in Seminoid. I never saw this other guy's stuff. A British guy that did the horror stuff like in the new style, like the gory 70s style, rather than the old Hammer style. But yeah, so there's always good stuff in here. You see I'm ripping on this. What's this? Another. Didn't we do this before? No, there's another one. Let's see. I'm not a native English speaker. In fact, I think, what is this? You don't know something means because it says Spanish in the book? Welcome to the life of millions of people who live in the U.S. and are native English speakers. Hey, those areas in the Southwest, man, I'm all for letting them go back. So, yeah, I believe in the right of conquest. Right? I like this here, though. The myriad ways that gringos, systemic racism has stood in the path. Yeah, fuck you. Don't say that gringo word. Don't say the G word in front of me. Anyway, what else we got? Oh yeah, so this. So they're milking that thing, which I actually think was wrong. It was wrong to do that to them in World War II. Yeah, so I guess I'm becoming a liberal. I always come at these things from the other end. Right? So rooting for the damn Japs at this point in the war. Oh, that was the best. Jason was best when he had a sack on his head. So more controversy for me. And yeah, just rounding it out. Just music. Always something interesting. I thought this is interesting here. Where is it? That's like that was the original name I think for Super Mario, right? But the name here, what is this? Gender reassignment, non-consensual. Gender reassignment in a haunted house. Yeah. Oh, that's wait, that's actually the name for the next 30 years of existence on this planet, or at least in this country. So anyway, let me get out of here. I guess there's less stuff to jump on, and there's because then there's actually good stuff. Yo, tell me what you think. This was a great movie, man. Great movie. Never saw part two, but great movie. All right, later.